All right, how about this? That seems to work. Yeah. Okay, so sorry about that. Had to do a thingamajiggy there, you know, with my panels and my my gizmos and, you know, all the words. Anyways, I think we're good. Looks like I can be heard. And so again, Palidore. That's DocEducation. We got a few matches for you here tonight. Average Joe's versus Cerberus to start on Channel 2. Doc, how are you?
Feeling good, Palidore.
Good.
This is my first cast of season 5 in a non-cup fashion. So yeah, excited about this matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Average Joe's and Cerberus, both teams who by name were around last season. Of course, rosters always switching a little bit here and there, but you know, two familiar names for sure. Kind of. Now, the appetizer here to start things off on what is a long series of streams we'll have following this one. Rusty Robots versus Havoc Nightmares. We will have Corrosion in one of their last matches, apparently, versus Lightbulb, and potentially Tint versus Ecaholics even later on after that. So wherever you are, whoever you are, you're in the right place, right time. Thanks for joining. We're going to the first round. Let's go.
All right, well, the teams are coming out of the tubes, and it looks like it will be Cerberus getting ahead on it first, but Max in the cut picks it up, regrabbing with Hostile there. Oh, jumping the shark, J-Con. So that's going to be an open goal opportunity. Chubbs, big time 3. So after a little bit of chaos, Cerberus is up 3-0.
And held the pose just the same after that. So great grab, and it really turned into immediate punish, as you saw there. What's up in the chats? I see Griffin and Splice Knights, Mike, Kepri, and Snipe Dash, as well as your neighborhood Fury. Or Furry. What's up? Jake has the disc, and maybe they're going to go up. Yes, sir. Jumping up and down, and they'll throw it for 6 points.
Yeah, so nice work by Cerberus to get out in the lead early. Just really good defensive pressure there. And, yeah, Cerberus, I mean, that's how you want to start it out.
Absolutely. Sheesh, says Slush. And they're into the next joust. Just got to take care of the disc on this one. 6 points, not a problem. But they definitely don't want to turn it over anymore. So got to get those comms up and maybe throw that one down. Ooh. That was an open goal, nearly bouncing in once and twice. The next time will be the charm. Wow. What great focus and accuracy there to hit it off the backboard. Great touch.
It was, and good following the shot. Missed the first opportunity, but didn't give up on it, and got the underhanded fling. So now it's Cerberus on their first offensive joust of the evening. Coming out to pick it up, it's Orthrua inverting on the ceiling. No pressure. Looks like a man defense, maybe just 2 in the tubes and 2 in the backstack. So Orthrua just kind of moving up, pulling Dirty Mustard out. Passes to Jacon. Jacon over to the right side. Chubbs, but Hostile taps it back.
Hostile territory. That disc getting lost all up in there. Punda, that would be me and Newton Dad primarily, so you can submit feedback probably in Discord. I'm more likely to see it and remember, so yeah. Anyways, going to be taken here by the Dirty Mustard. Dirty Mustard over to Max. Max trying to find that cut, and actually just a back pass instead, where it will be taken. And pass over to the shoulder. From that shoulder to the opposite lane. Diving in is Mustard. Just trying to find the wrangle on the disc, but nice J-Con with the Joy-Cons. Showing the absolute gamerism as that will be sent out on a home run clear.
Yeah, that's one of the very most difficult plays to make as a goalie on the backside because the player is just so close to you. And they have such a wide angle of where they're going to shoot it. You kind of have to just guess. And, coming in, Hostile. This time there's no stopping him. Hostile sends it in. And now, Average Joe's 4 unanswered points. And it's back to a 2-point game, Palidore.
And there you go, just the warm-up process as we often see in these first rounds, not to mention first weeks, first games for this 5th season for a lot of these teams. So there's always that outside factor. I know even firsthand, me coming back over the offseason playing in NEPA, my first couple of streams, there was definitely some nerves there that I was not used to because it'd been so long since I was streamed. So that's always a thing that players can sometimes think about, especially early in the season or just early in a stream in general.
Yeah, totally. I mean, this is a great possession here by Cerberus, though, with a back pass reset, really under control. Chubbs coming in a little bit wide on the pass, but that was a really good play by Cerberus to kind of calm things down and regain possession.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they're going to be sending it down that lane, and don't you worry, that was just Punda's DM as promised. I knew it was coming. I hit Do Not Disturb just as he sent it.
Ooh.
Anyways, no pings, that said, at 3 rings, and it is true from the deep end of the floor. That's 9-4, in fact. Orthra, what a hit, 36 meters. Confidence,
yeah.
Confidence.
Really nice shot by Orthrua. Got the pass from the teammate Jacon, inverted, and just saw the opening and hit it. So nice work. Let's see what Joes do on their next offensive joust. They got 2 on the floor. They got 1 on the ceiling. They're passing it high. They're passing it low. It's picked up by Max in the cut, but in the cut, it was the re-grabbing Stack, and now it's Orthrua and Jake. I don't think anyone can stop them, maybe except themselves. A little bit of extra time by Jake on Hostile, tapping it with the head, Palidore.
Both of them went for the head, but they were both stunned out. That was immensely entertaining, and yet it's going to be still back in the possession here. Cerberus, they're diving in. A lot of jukes before they find the oops right through the defense. Nice painting of that top area, not quite the pocket, but it was basically the only open part of the goal because there were so many bodies there.
Really nice patience by Orthrua. You can see when they get on the backside, they're kind of get that little loop-de-loop. Pretty move that's in fashion right now, especially in the higher ranks. When I get right there, Palidore, I get really nervous, and I just kind of try and shoot at the closest open spot that I see. But Orthrua there showing the patience and finding, as you say, there was really only that one place, and that little bit of extra time, I think, allowed him to find it.
And a little bit of a panic clearing here going down the floor. This might result, never mind, in a turnover, but a save instead. Chubbs, nicely done. Able to get a strong arm grab right on the offensive players. They dived on in. So impressive moves there, but you're seeing from both these teams, Doc, the panics of some of these slaps and quick clears. But of course, this is going to be to the benefit of Cerberus because they've got such a strong lead in not only points, but just momentum as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's what defensive pressure can do, even when you're not actually pressuring them, as coming in and pressuring indeed. Hostile with a takeover. 6 points now on the board for the Joes. They're down by 5. Still enough time for a comeback here with 3.5 minutes left. But just to finish what I was saying, pressure obviously creates turnovers when you're pressuring. But sometimes, even when you're not directly in the area, the opponent kind of has footsteps. You know, they feel the pressure coming, and they can make those panic clears and give the disc over, even when you're not exactly in the area. So pressure is a good thing.
Yeah, and
put on.
that's when the communication comes into play more than ever. Of course, with how fast Echo Arena just continues to get every single season, you just can't let back on those comms. You have to be able to trust your players, your teammates as much as anything, because if you don't, I mean, we've seen it time and time again. What looks like open shots or open lanes suddenly closed off in about half a second flat, just because of those quick stacks getting from one end to the other like nothing.
Oh, almost in the reach of Hostile. That would have been an easy 2, but not quite getting it, or through a beautiful clear through. Oh, wow. Regrabbing stack coming in. Oh, they just barely reach over it. Reacting. J-Con, oh no! Off the ring, going for the slam. Inverting, difficult shot, but yeah, you definitely want that one back, and it's going to be a little more work for Cerberus.
And not quite able to catch their bearings, but they'll still find that pass. And now bearing down in the defense, they dive, but trying to supply a pass, but getting it maybe a little too loosely. That's a couple of missed opportunities here at a point where they do have a lead, but those giveaways, especially if they're scored on here, that could come back to bite them hardcore by the end of this round, depending if a score comes here in the next few seconds with a potential open goal. And no, just missing as the defense gets back in the lanes.
Nice shot there, just a little bit wide from distance. Jake and Orthrua got together for a minute, but then broke up. Jake has enough speed, though, in the area. Gonna go one-on-one. Low. Oh, actually, middle pocket. Beautiful finish, and that probably takes it out of the realm of, there's still time here. There's still time.
A little time, and I'm sure for Average Joes, they would love to have that last playback as well, that 3-point goal from the trap. That would have put them right within striking distance. It would have made it 11-9. So that would have been a dramatically different look going into these final 2 minutes of action. But we'll see if they can speed it up here, score quickly. No, Chubbs the denial again, but a recovery and an anchor shot, and just the same. Will ding off the pole this time, another miss. So the time winding down, last minute 12 of action as the brawls continue to fall, as a shot does as well.
Nice move there by Hostile. A little tap down to avoid the defender, and then a shot right on the backside. So still not out of it yet. Only need 2 goals. That would need to be 1-3 and a 2, or it could be another 3, but at least 1-3 to tie. And there is time, maybe about 15 extra seconds. So Chubbs sending it over to the left side, Orthrua delivering it down to Jake, but Hostile is right there. This is the time they need. Oh no, the clear is not good. Max in the cut loses it as well. Goal is open for the moment, and that will do it. Hostile with the save, but then the self-goal.
Caught it right as it went in, unfortunately, but indeed time would be done on this round, and the first one will go to Cerberus. In pretty domineering fashion overall. I'm sure they were worried a little bit. Their hairs were sticking up just a little bit those last couple minutes after those missed shots, and it could have been close, but once they secured that extra goal to give them that 13-6 buffer, that's kind of when they started relaxing a little bit more and saying, okay, we probably got this. Nice way to start off their season and their stream match here.
Yeah, nice work by both teams to get it started. And I mean, a pretty convincing win in round 1 by Cerberus. On the other hand, they did get those quick 6 points in pretty easy fashion to start. And there were a couple of threes, big time shot, which you mentioned, and another couple of shots that got close for Average Joes. So definitely the potential for a turnaround in round 2 if a couple of things swing one way or the other.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of hard, as we were. I was discussing with I believe Luke yesterday as well when we were casting some and Lockie, where the first matches and the first rounds. I mean, you kind of they matter, but at the same time they're not the be all end all. Especially when you give again the context of first stream of the season, et cetera, et cetera. Sometimes, all you need is that mental reset. I know we focus on it a lot because it's kind of the reality of this format. Once you see it 0-0 again. Excuse me, let me get the right scores on there in a moment. But yeah, we see dramatic shifts kind of in momentum just with that clock and score reset so much.
Yeah. Especially at this level, you know, it looks like Average Joe's ended up high platinum. Cerberus ended up low diamond, or kind of mid diamond, I guess, last season. So definitely the potential for a turnaround. Let's see what they do. Cerberus coming out of the gate, but it will be the Dirty Mustard getting a hand on it first. Although that backstack from Cerberus in the right location, and they'll look to control it in the first neutral joust.
And as Jake sends that through that left tunnel, the stacks gathering. There's Max, Hustle, and Co, but no one in the goal, unfortunately. So Orthra will find that open one and punish for a immediate hit off this first round. Or second round, sorry.
So round 2 starting off exactly like round 1. A little bit of chaos leading to, I believe Orthra had the first 3 as well in round 1. But anyway, someone from Cerberus had a pretty easy open look. And that's definitely not what you want if you're the Average Joes.
A little bit of a haphazard launch out there, but they finally do get the goal open at least, but couldn't capitalize there. Wrangling it is Hustle, finding a pass to Max a little bit too high and strong, but a rebound perhaps, no, a little high as well. So they're going for their boost. You can see the hands flashing, trying to latch onto the teammate. Hustle was there, but was stunned out, and there's 3 players now down on the recovery. Once again, no one quite in goal, although a nice tap out. Hustle was contesting and is able to get it to his teammate Mustard.
Yeah, the clear through there. But, I mean, there was, again, Palidore, you know, a couple of very near misses by the Average Joes. Could have been 3, could have been 2, but instead they've still got 0 on the board. And, I mean, that just goes to show the incredibly fine line that is getting even narrower in this game between winning and losing.
Well, absolutely. And Chubbs checking for a pass, perhaps. The defense attempting to accommodate, backing it out to Chubbs right at the post. Couldn't get the wrangles as Hostile now takes it away, checks behind, recognizing the teammate in tow, and maybe a little boost goal, but a great leech. Now, will it matter? Maybe not. The shot there just off again, and another one of those goals that would just a near miss on a pass, and all of it coming down really to just that slight extra bit of execution you can see on a lot of these plays where it's almost but not quite.
Yeah, Max in the cut, going backwards a little bit. Gonna jump back into the bubble now. It's Hostile was hanging out right in front of the goal, but got stunned out right when the pass came through. Now Cerberus setting through. What a clear. It's going to take a bounce, and it's going to be favorable. It's going to go right into the hands of a Cerberus player, Chubbs, on the floor, but it was 1-on-4, so... whoa, tries to make a pass back, but now it looks like it'll be back in the hands of the Average Joes.
And a clear out, a pass rather, as it's slapped into the midfield interception, going back the favor of Cerberus. Actually, some pretty good news overall for Average Joes, because they're only down 3 at the moment, and we're already 3 minutes into this round. So if they can defend here, potentially, I mean, they're still perfectly fine in the grand scheme of things. They just need to find that first shot and find a little bit of calmness here.
Yeah, totally. I mean, as we've mentioned, they've had several opportunities. Oh, it's Hostile rather, not it's Hostile. That's there are two players with very, very similar names on the Average Joes. But now it's the Dirty Mustard passing over to it's Hostile. And with Hostile in the area, tries to make a pass, but Hostile was not quite ready. And now they'll have to scramble for it.
And what I'm seeing with a pretty high percentage of these passes for Average Joes is almost all of them, honestly, are coming in too strong. They're throwing it with a lot of speed and close proximity as well. They're making it very, very difficult for their teammates to catch. So it's definitely difficult. Shot bouncing off the backboard. It's definitely difficult to keep that kind of focus and concentration, but just keeping cool, calm, collected, just like Orthra there does with all the defense wrapped around him. And that kind of calmness will net you so many more opportunities. That is the biggest thing, I think, for Average Joes. Aside of the missed shots that they barely miss with the dings, just the passes, soften it up a little bit, take a few meters per second off that speed.
Yeah, especially when you're close. A lot of these passes have been kind of close passes. There's a little better spacing there, but Max in the cut was not quite connected to Geo. Now the disc is going to be bouncing through Cerberus, dangerous location, but cruising back, Hostile and the Dirty Mustard.
Now, good job to collect that disc. If they can get the stacks, which they do, a lot of chains in quick succession, and dislodging it will be it's Hostile, and it's good for the shot. They get their first 2 points. They break that ice finally after 5 minutes, only down 3. Great way to get them going perhaps here. And like I said, you just need one. And let's see if this starts something new for them.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like Cerberus is kind of in decent control of this game, but as you mentioned, Palidore, it's only a 3-point game. So with a little bit of pressure and a couple things going their way, this could be a tie game, or in fact, Average Joe's could be ahead right now. This now bouncing low, this is going to be dangerous, but Cerberus picking it right back up, sending it right back out. Let's see who Stack is going to get together first.
Well, the slowly boosted player, it's Hustle, able to get there quick enough. A good clear, maybe setting up a 3 potentially. Their goalkeeper trying to rush back into the defense. It'll be a 2-on-1 situation. They need to push this right now because now they're allowing the defense to get back. So they push and they score just barely as Chubbs. Not happy about that one.
Yeah.
But, trying to take advantage of those numbers and, kind of getting caught up in the mix so that they're kind of fortunate they were able to get that through.
They were, and I think that goes back to what we were talking about earlier about you gotta trust your teammates. When you've got that much space, you can feel like maybe someone's breathing down your neck and gonna punch it and steal it. And so I think that player turned around expecting some defensive pressure. So that's where a little bit of help on the call out saying, I got the Stack stunned out, or you're green, or whatever the call is, just letting that player know they had time to just go ahead and punch it in.
Ooh, nice dive there. Max in the cut, able to take Chubbs off guard. But Chubbs a better grab, gets it back, and because of that, the gift-wrapped goal, gifting himself an assist essentially with the recovery. The defense kind of got caught there.
Yeah, that's tough. Average Joe's on a little bit of a run, 4 unanswered points, and had the disc, and we're about to start their own approach. And instead, they gave it up and gave up 2 more points, and still only down by 3 with 3.5 minutes left. And as you can see, as Palidore is showing you there with the cool cams, we do have a pause. And with our brand new layout provided to you by the one, the only Palidore, you can see right there in the bottom right corner that we have a timeout from the blue team.
Yeah, it looked like Orthro there on the blue team was dealing with potential ping issues, had some spikeage, so I assume resetting. We have overlays as well. Shout out to Newton Dad, helped a lot with setting up some of the more technical aspects of it that are beyond me. So shout out to him. Of course, Spark, as always, from IgniteVR.gg, the Spark application, helping with a lot of our statistic overlays on the scoreboard screen as well in between rounds. And with that, hopefully we get Orthro back in the game because for them, they obviously want to close out here, and not a bad timeout to take if you're dealing with issues because you have a narrow lead and still a few minutes left to go. So if you're a Cerberus, you don't want to see a round 3, certainly.
Certainly. I mean, no one wants that when you're dealing with teams as dangerous as both of these teams are, right? Cerberus wants to end this and go home a winner. Obviously, Average Joe's, they're believing in themselves, and maybe this timeout will give them a little chance to just recognize that even though they've made some mistakes, they've missed some shots, they're only down by 3, and this is definitely winnable.
Absolutely. You just got to take those silver linings as they come, right? So even though on one hand you might feel like this match isn't going your way so far, first round for Average Joe's weren't really able to get too much traction. Second round, not able to put on a ton of points yet, but then you got to look at the silver linings saying, well, guess what? Cerberus have not been able to put on a ton either in this round, and we're keeping the margins very close and just kind of use that positive mentality of what's going right, what can we focus on that we can do maybe a little bit better, tightening up our some of our passing, our offense. And again, I mean, they're literally just a one missed pass away, or that one of those couple dings we saw away from this being a tied game, or even a lead for Average Joe's. So they've got to be able to take that mentality after this timeout and see if they can carry them to maybe a comeback and a victory here.
Yeah, if I'm Average Joe's right now, I'm feeling pretty good about where we're at, especially as we've talked about, just those dings out. You hit the ding ring and it can ding out. It could also ding in, and almost all of them have dinged out for the Joes. So maybe they're due. Maybe this is their time.
They need to definitely get that through the midfield. A lot of cluster forming up and a quick slap. Oh my goodness gracious, what a shot coming in from Max in the cut. That was maximum exposure on that goal. What a slap.
That was an incredible shot. A slap shot, as you mentioned. You can see on the replay here, Max in the cut just jumping down. And wow, I mean, really, really beautiful work there by Max in the cut. Tie game, 2.5 minutes left. Let's see if the Joes can put on enough pressure, get a win. Oh, that's what they needed. They got a win in that one-on-one, and now they'll reset. Palidore, average Joe's looking good.
Absolutely, and a shot like they just made can definitely put some steam and some gas in your tank.
Oh!
And Hostile, it's Hostile saying, oh thanks, I'm gonna get that pocket, I'm gonna drop it, and we're gonna lock it, potentially this round that is. They're up all of a sudden.
They are, and that was a ding in. That's exactly what we were just talking about. You know, that could have very easily just been a little bit lower and dinged out. But instead, it's 2 points. So average Joes with their first lead of the game. Jake, though, trying to turn it around and does. Another ding in, and it's 9-9 with 2 minutes left.
It's never ending. Doc, it's uncanny, though, when teams... When you see a bad rhythm, it seems like all the things that are typically 50-50, it's like 90-10 or 80-20, where it seems like 80% of the things just go wrong. But when that rhythm shifts, I guess just call it law of averages, but you can tell, because all the good stuff starts getting even better. All the 50-50s turn into 90-10s in your favor. That said, they're going to take those favors, the open ones that is, because it's 12-9, and just like that, another momentum swing.
Yeah, big time. I mean, Cerberus really turning up the heat. It looks like a fire has been lit under them, because they did not like going down just a couple minutes ago. They've put 5 very fast points on the board, a lot of pressure on the average Joes, and it looks like the Joes have decided to call a timeout. No technical issues that I'm seeing, although it looks like It's Hostile is pointing to a ping issue there. So
potentially the case. Now, I will say, because of that, for Orthro, they may need to ping mods, and if this does become a thing, we'll probably have to skip to the next match, just because these type of things could take upwards of 15 minutes or so. Because that was the issue. That was the reason for the timeout earlier on, when it was taken by Cerberus. They had to launch or get Orthro to relaunch and get back in the game. So if that's staying above 150, which it looks like it is, this might be one of those things where a tech issue will kind of render this cast a little bit short, unfortunately.
Yeah, and Palidore, I know we're not moderators, and we're not making a call here one way or the other. But always good to talk about the rules. Remind me if you know. My recollection is that the rule is that ping issues need to be decided before the match starts.
Not entirely. It depends if that was there since the beginning and such. But if throughout a game it's spiking over 150, that's where it become an issue. Like, you can start a game maybe with a good ping or below regulation ping, but then if it starts getting out of hand in the match, I'm not sure the case, because I didn't check what the pings were at the beginning of the game. So that would be definitely up to a ticket and mod discretion. But I do know, since I've looked at the scoreboard a couple times here, it's there's been some sustained above 150 ping there, as you see. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to hang out for just a little while and see if this gets resolved. As Palidore mentioned, we do have a very busy schedule for you, and trying to bring you, as much of every stream, every game as we can. We've got the next match coming up is going to be, who do we have? Rusty Robots against the Havoc Nightmares. And that's
right.
supposed to start in 3 minutes. And then following that, we have got Corrosion against Lightbulb, 2 teams that played and got close in the Master Qualifier, but didn't fully make it. Here we go. It looks like the teams are out. Yes, they are playing. And it looks like they've elected to just go ahead and finish it. So Disc bouncing low. It's in the trap area. It's Hostile. And the Dirty Mustard with the Disc. They need a 3 or 2 2s, which is still possible in the time that we have. Disc is bouncing low. It's in the bubble. It's Hostile picking it up. But Jay Khan with an incredible stop and a clear out. That was a big time stop.
Hey, if they can manage to close this one out with a 3v4, that'd be impressive as anything. I mean, so far so good for Cerberus. And definitely if you're average Joes, you just need to be able to press this advantage in your favor, recognizing, again, your numbers situation. Another recovery from Cerberus, though, and they are certainly holding their own. There's that stack, and this is the big important thing, is that these guys cannot lose that chain. They need to find their grabs, otherwise they're going to eat a 3, and it could be an overtime.
Yeah, it looks like Jake is just going to be hanging out back, although does leave the goal for now. Disc is bouncing high. If Cerberus can score, it is all over. It's over anyway. There is not enough time. Wow, what a close to the game. Cerberus electing to drop the player with the ping, go 3v4 in the last minute and a half, and they do hold it on for the win.
Very, very bold, but it happened to work out. So in that case, that will be this 2-rounder going to Cerberus. And congrats to them on their first stream win here across Season 5. First of many, no doubts. And for both these teams, we'll see them certainly on streams in the future. But yeah, way to close it out. Hold on, let me get my scores in order again. Apologies for that. Let's see, it was 12-9 for round 2.
So just checking in, it looks like for those that don't know, there are multiple Echo Arena _ VRML channels. We are on channel 2 and on channel 1, which is Echo Arena _ VRML on Twitch. There's Team Slap against the Detroit Dimers. It looks like Detroit Dimers won round 1. They're in round 2, but it's very close, 6-7. On that channel in round 2, so could be going to a round 3. Definitely want to pop open multiple browsers if you can. And then I know they've got a deep run going on channel 1. They're going to be bringing you they've got a break just now, and they'll go to Kangarilla Zen in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, there's very little breaks here on stream tonight, rest assured. So if something's not going on channel 1 or channel 2, all you really have to do is wait a minute, and you'll probably find you'll run into some game on one of these channels. So at the moment, just trying to find our invites, hopefully soon, from Rusty Robots and Havoc Nightmares. If we can get that settled here. So we will take a quick intermission and hopefully be back with your match just around the corner. Quick break. Stay tuned. All right, everybody. Hello and welcome back to VR Master League. We are on Channel 2, about to start off a match between some veteran players here of the Diamond Division last season, certainly. Havoc Nightmares, Rusty Robots. I'm Palidore, being joined by DocEducation, and we're going to get going here with our second match of this stream, but still yet more to come. Doc, what's up?
Doing good. I mean, the games are just going to get better and better. I mean, that last one was pretty good to start. This one, I expect to be extremely good. And then we've got Corrosion against Lightbulb coming up next. Yeah, I mean, what a run.
What a run. A lot of great stuff as well. Channel 1, we've got Master Division as well going on. I mean, there's a lot to choose from for sure, but right now it's the first joust and maybe even the first score. Sure thing, not even 10 seconds off, and we already got it on the board. First, Havoc.
That was some fast movement, incredible lightning pass on the backside, and then Techno moving very quickly. I mean, it's hard to believe, Palidore, that there are upper limits imposed. Yeah. You know, like sometimes it just feels like some players are able to actually move faster.
Well, absolutely. Just becoming one with the controller, the boosters, and so on and so forth, and really getting good with the mobility. Such a huge part of Echo Arena's game these days. It's an athletic sport just as much as it is a video game, perhaps even more at times. So either way, I mean, the speed ever increasing, which was a common theme in a lot of our streams and every single season now.
Yeah, it's really fun to watch, and I mean that's a really good, clear, dangerous location. Look at them fly right in Toki with the big time bounce. That back stack or front stack, whatever, that stack was moving very fast, and they tracked that disc down really accurately.
That they do. Punish really accurately immediately before the defense was even near that zone. In the chat, also, I see Sputnik. What's going on? Sputnik Cobra cheering on Toki. Of course, all faces that we saw at the Redshift LAN just a couple weeks ago. Fun times, maybe a dime, but no, Beach Flare unable to wrangle it. Toki, though, the recovery, and actually manages to send it through, but an interception taken back now by Blue.
Yeah, vanquishing that opportunity. Oh, Beach Flare coming in. Oh! Passes to an Arctics. I don't know if that was a slightly messed up ender, but it was Beach Flare coming in, passing the disc, putting the shield on, an Arctic's in the right place, and now on the board for the first time, Robots on their joust for the first time, Nightmares.
Yeah, that was pretty spicy. I thought he just lost the disc at first. I'm still not convinced that wasn't the case, but you know what? Found the right place, so you know, shame on me, and no, shame on you, Vanquish, saying for shooting that on me from that deep out. A great save, and we'll eliminate that attempt at a score, but Draco was way deep down at the back line, being contested a little bit by Antarctics, but a good stun will enable Draco another opportunity, another clear, and now the defense in a scurry into the goal, at least trying to recover the disc, and potentially the score here for Techno. Techno does it again.
Wow. And we just want to welcome everyone coming on from VRML Channel 1. This game just started. You can see round 1, 7 minutes left. So just a couple minutes past, but Havoc Nightmares have started off on an absolute tear. Have shown a lot of speed in regrabbing and passing, just really precise movement, putting a lot of pressure on their defensive joust. But the robots have responded, and Selkoid is now moving up with the disc in hand.
Yeah, what's up, Lolo V? Good to see you here in the new season. Welcome to the Twitch chat. Also, after this match, we still have another one following, an exciting one, too. It's Corrosion versus Lightbulb, and now maybe turning on the light switch. No! Getting knocked out. Lights out was Beach Flare. So it's out of there into the blue end zone, and maybe it'll be their zone with a score 3-0. It's 9-2, and it's favoring Havoc.
Yeah, and you could see on the minimap there, Draco Mako in the backfield doing some great work, stunning out the stacks from Rusty Robots, giving plenty of time for the players from the Nightmares to get the disc and, with a little bit of style, put the disc into that square net. Now, picked it up on their defensive joust. Their pressure is coming in. Oh, what a pass! Techno Wubs! Techno Scrubs! Draco Mako stealing the 3 from the teammate. I think that was going in. Maybe not. But anyway, it's a 2.
Well, Eret, that was a great shot hit there, and just securing the goal. Well, also one of those cases, too. I'm not sure what the comms sounded like, but a lot of times if there's not a call and you're unsure, never a bad idea to grab it and just make sure that the goal goes in. So communication is certainly important there, although I'm not going to assume one way or the other. As a shot just goes out, maybe had some time to work with it, rushed a little bit, but still a rebound.
This is an opportunity here. Anarctics, though, getting stunned out by Draco Mako. Techno setting it through. Multiple people flying in. Feels. Oh, not quite feeling that one. It goes a little bit wide, but it will be recollected, dumped back in. It's going to be Feels again to the backside. Toki, what a what a grab back! Vanquish coming in.
How about those grabs, dog? One after the other. Save and then steal. That was incredible as it gets recovered and sent to absolutely no one except the opposite team. But stellar hands there and instincts being shown.
Yeah, I mean, both just absolutely furious activity in the bubble. Toki now with the disc, trying to deliver to the right side, does. Feels. What a flick. Techno Wubs has a little bit of space going one-on-one. You can't stop him. You can't stop the Techno Wubs.
And they are loving it there. Techno acting like, well, he's been there before. Not celebrating too hard, his teammate going over to hype him up, but Techno's just cool, calm, collected, saying, I got this, no problem, new season, same me.
So coming out, Vanquish with the disc, delivers it over the left side, can't quite connect with the teammate Anarctics. Draco Mako gonna send it back, so the pressure, Palidore, from the Havoc Nightmares is, well, causing havoc and creating more than a few nightmares for the Rusty Robots.
Ooh, losing the handles there, that's definitely a nightmare when you see that disc just float off right behind you, and it'll be a turnover because of it. Selkoid able to get that. A good leech coming in from Draco, might not even need it, so Draco doing some midfield brawling, but just trying to dislodge those stacks to enable his own team's stack to get the disc. Although they do throw it right away and straight down the field, the recovery, rebound, picked and put right in for the 4th point. Good punish off of that.
Nice work, and the last couple of minutes, the Robots looked like they kicked it in an extra gear with some great defensive stops, some opportunities in the bubble. That was a really great shot that turned into a great clear and boost. And let's see what they can do on their defensive pressure. Let's see if they can get a little bit of pressure on to the Havoc Nightmares. Doing some great juking there to get enough space, but the backline player, Vanquish, does pick it up and clear it through. It gets past. Can they pick it up? Yes! Goals open! Big time 3, Beach Flare! 7-13 now, Palidore. This game turned around in a hurry.
It did. That was gorgeous from Beach Flare. All in one smooth motion. Look at that replay. Just a pickup and an immediate fling. And it needed to be, because otherwise that could have been a likely save. I mean, that stack was aiming right for that pocket and was there in a hurry. So the smooth motion and the smooth moves will get them a little bit of a scoring run. And maybe another turnover here will get them even more. What a turnaround all of a sudden, just this last minute alone.
Yeah, Selkoid now with the disc, moving down low. Oh, Techno Wubs with the big time stop. That's the kind of play that can absolutely crush momentum. But fighting back are the Rusty Robots, flicking it through. Oh,
man.
Just a little bit wide.
Well, that would have been nuts if they made that shot. That was an incredible attempt. Not a bad one whatsoever, but really struggling on these clears. They're giving some lanes and opportunities, extra opportunities as a dive. Excellent, but a take back, a steal, and they're going to steal away even more momentum yet. It is a 4-point game. We've got less than 2 minutes left, but definitely if there's a time to make a run, it's right now.
Wow, that was a great dive out of goal by the goalie for the Havoc Nightmares. Just a better jump by Anartix to pick the pocket and send it through. So 4 points down. That's only 2 twos. Plenty of time. Techno Wubs with the disc. You do not want this, although they have lost connection there. Toki now going to have to scramble for it. It's going to be Beach Flare tapping it out. So Palidore from 13 to 2. We've got 13 to 9, and Rusty Robots are really pressing.
Absolutely. Is that going to go in? No, that was very close. Just a little bit off center, but nice attempt for sure. Rusty Robots trying to make some moves, and for Havoc, not Halloween, but Halloween Havoc, that they're going to be feeling the heat. They are begging and pleading for this round just to expire because it's the biggest enemy to them at the moment because they are just not finding their rhythm. As I say that, they finally get the disc, but the shrug of the shoulders, you can see the body language. They're like, please, please end this round. Enough. Let us breathe and let us reset. They need it, surely.
Yeah, looks like they have secured round 1 with those extra points and the time that expires because of them. But if you're the Rusty Robots, you got to be feeling good about the way that you finish round 1.
Absolutely.
And if you are Havoc Nightmares, you got to be a little bit worried. Maybe they had kind of forgotten about the quality of play from their team, from their opponents, and they got a little bit of a wake-up call there.
Exactly right. You mentioned that lead evaporated. There's only 2 points on the board, and now by the end of this round, it's going to be decided by only 4. So moral victories certainly to Rusty Robots, and as you said, wake-up call for Havoc Nightmares here, because you get too comfortable. Teams are just too good. They will absolutely punish you.
Yeah, and the Rusty Robots, what did you think, Palidore? What I saw was mostly that their defense really stepped it up. They got a couple of great stops and saves in the bubble, some saves, but also just some steals in the bubble, and that really powered up their offense because they were able to get some clear and boosts, and their stacks were together more closely, so they got after it faster and got some easy scores.
Yeah, I think, for them, just keep pushing the pace. I think what really bothered Havoc Nightmare there from Rusty Robots was just when they started really pressuring heavy in the Havoc Nightmare's half court. Like on some of those launches, you saw how struggled they were on the clears, where they just were not able to even launch or joust to their liking anymore. So I think getting up in their faces, really pushing up that pace even more. And for Havoc Nightmares, kind of addressing that situation and saying, okay, maybe less clears. Let's try to find some spacing and some passes, perhaps, because all our clear attempts were just getting picked off at the end of the day, and we were turning it over way too much in those last few minutes.
Okay, well, just like that, 2-1, and the teams are out for round 2, getting ahead on it first. This time, the Robots tapping it through. It is in the bubble, but reacting very well. Draco Mako. Oh, that's taking a fortunate bounce for the Robots. Beach Flare is there. Techno Wubs, though, doing the defensive thing that he's known for. And that's going to be a shot. Oh, just a little wide.
Just a little bit. Recovery and immediate flick around from the stack. They are bound for potentially a 2-on-1. Checking behind real quick, and a nice dime. The anchor from the backboard. Tough to stop. First points going Rusty Robots.
So this time, it's the Robots scoring first, and that continues their run. I guess they're on, what's that, a 13-6 run since Havoc Nightmares went up 13-2. So Havoc Nightmares definitely need to step up their play to the level that they were at at the beginning of round one, because right now the Rusty Robots are looking anything but rusty.
Absolutely. They have oiled up their gears, as you said, and they are looking for a much, much different round two. Havoc Nightmares just needing to find some stability, because I feel like still yet. This is actually what I like to see here. So look at this, the resets, back passes, things like that. It's still stressful. I mean, they are contested very well by that defense, but that's at least a change up from what was going wrong in the last round towards the end, where they're looking for more passes than just the clears.
Yeah, and it's worked out, though, in the favor of the Rusty Robots in this case. The pressure by both teams. TechnoWubs has had so many stuns and steals in the middle part of the arena. Kind of, you don't get a credit for a save on that, but if he doesn't get those stops, I think the offense for the Robots is able to set up and setting in. Selkoid sending the 3 in. And now the Robots have a 5-point lead.
And in the chat, Splice Knight saying Havoc lost momentum. Robots decided to engage maximum overdrive. Absolutely. Glorious Lemon saying smooth. It was a glorious play. They're making lemonade out of all those lemons. And certainly, welcome to the Twitch chat, by the way, Glorious. The momentum continues. They need a score here. Havoc needs a score. They do. Because that will finally burst a little bit of that bubble and that pressure that was building up on them, extending back to last round.
So, yeah, big-time response. That's exactly what the Havoc Nightmares needed. Let's see if they can increase their pressure on the Robots. The Robots have done well on defense to kind of start their offense with defense. Let's see if the Nightmares can do the same. That takes a favorable bounce. Selkoid can't quite handle it, though. Technowubs in the area. Beautiful tap back. And it's going to be Selkoid, though. Oh, just dinged out. Wow, that was close.
We saw some impressive slaps like that earlier on, but that one not quite as successful. They'll still have some opportunities here. The advantage on the defense, they take it. That defense was scrambling to try and cover that backboard, but there were still so many options. So almost an inevitability, that goal, able to capitalize again.
Yeah, so Rusty Robots continuing their onslaught. Havoc Nightmares kind of got a little bit lucky to end round one the victors, but because they're definitely looking like they're struggling in this fight right now. The goal is not open. The goalie is kind of hanging out, baiting a shot. Vanquish kind of hiding, using the iron. That's a shot, a little bit low, and it looks like it'll be picked back up by an Arctic, but stunned out. Draco Mako with the disc.
An immediate clear, hoping for the stacks to recover, but look, a deep backliner in the place where you'd typically least expect them, but all the way back at the bow tie, the barrier, and they're going to get all the way to the front line as the defense once again trying to manage their way back into the bubble, but it's still an opportunity. Oh, the handoff play and throwing it down. 9-2, Rusty Robots.
Beautiful work there by Beach Flare. A little bit of a pass that was off from, I believe it was Selkoid, caused Beach Flare to need to redirect, but used that boot to bounce off at a very threatening angle, forced the goalie to treat the attention there, and then an Arctics flew in, and there was a beautiful, absolutely beautiful pass for a very easy finish. Now, putting a lot of pressure on are the Robots, and they do get the disc tapped out. It's going to be in the trap area. Draco Mako with the disc, but immediately under pressure. Again, all of this pressure is causing these passes for the Havoc Nightmare to be just a little bit off. Although coming in, Vanquish. Wow, what a stop. I thought that the Havoc Nightmare had a chance. Selkoid, a definite chance there. Palidore, it's 12-2.
Selkoid taking a Polaroid saying, an open goal, don't mind if I do. This is a picture-perfect round, just about anyways, holding the Havoc Nightmares to only 2 points while they've gone on to score a dozen with still a little less than half the round left. This is a really impressive turnaround, and it really started in round one, Doc, as it's going to continue here in round two with another bouncer just off. Rebounded, though. TechnoWubs on a clear as well.
Yeah, that one didn't turn into points, but just great defensive pressure by the Rusty Robots. They're forcing these clears. TechnoWubs trying to go 1-on-3, or I guess 2-on-3. So right now, the Rusty Robots are really playing fundamentally sound. They are definitely, I don't know if in the heads is the right word, but definitely causing the Havoc Nightmare uh, to to press a little bit. Their passes are a little bit off and a little bit hurried.
And now hurrying up the floor to try and press this advantage. Oh, that was beautiful. Look at all the cycling of that disc. It went left to right and right into the goal. The execution, that is what you need to start building you some steam. I love that.
Absolutely. Multiple passes on point in the bubble, sharing the disc, getting everyone activated, getting back on the board. This round is not over. Feels jumping in. Goal is open. Big time three. Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no. Techno Wubs in the area. They've got to turn this into points. Passes to Fields. Toki no. Beach Flare. Yes. What a clear. What a save.
Oh, that was definitely a pivot point had they made that 3-point shot, but they just got a little bit rushed with it, perhaps checking behind and then couldn't make it. And, you know, we say it a lot, but sometimes those wide open ones where you have a few seconds to think, they're some of the most difficult ones because suddenly you're not acting on instinct anymore. Now you're kind of thinking about, oh, how open is this? Now I got to really make it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it could be 7-12 right now, but oh, that's got a chance. It's going to be a little bit wide. Toki with the disc. Still time. 2.5 minutes left. 8 points down. But they've got to completely shut out Rusty Robots. If Rusty Robots scores right here, pretty much seals the deal. Down to Anarctics. Anarctics gets stunned out. Draco Mako with the disc. The clear is not good. Bounces back, and Selkoid handles it.
And a quick shovel pass there. Another good dive, though. The defense here has turned it up a notch for Havoc, certainly. So they just need to get back and engage. Because, again, reminder, they still won the first round. Now, based on the momentum now, you might not think it, but they won the first round, which means, regardless of how this goes, as a great passing play, shoveling it off for another one to the barrier cutter. But they got to recognize they need to execute now because whatever they do in these final 2 minutes, it's still going to carry over for Havoc into round 3. So do it now. Don't do it 2 minutes from now.
Totally. I mean, we talk about that on this end, you know, that these 2 minutes can carry over into the next round because they're down and they want to be going better. But it also carries the other way. You know, as Beach Flare is sending this in, slamming it in, having a little bit of fun on the backside. The 2 minutes or so, 4 minutes where that ended round 1 for Havoc Nightmares. The play and the kind of disjointed play that they had there definitely carried over into round 2 and gave Rusty Robots a big time lead. So it kind of goes both ways.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw Queen Anjin there. What's up, by the way? Asking a few minutes ago, kind of where the timeout might have been, and certainly at this point they're going to want to preserve it for the next round. But yeah, there were junctures in there where timeouts earlier in this round might have been something that they could have used to their advantage. But at this point, it's all about these last 50 seconds of action, just executing the right way because the pendulum has swung so hard in Rusty Robot's favor that it's going to take a lot to stop them. If nothing else, I think the biggest enemy for Rusty Robots is the fact that they're going to have to be forced into an intermission here as the round ends in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, they don't want to stop playing right now. They are absolutely in flow. You can see they're getting a lot of key stops. They're passing even just right there. Selkoid and Beach Flare separating, creating space. Beautiful pass, nice. Selkoid right past the diving Fields, and that will just about close the book. In fact, it will end the round 18-4. So after going down big time early in round 1, Rusty Robots came back, tied the game, almost took round 1, but Havoc Nightmares were able to recover to take round 1. Round 2 was all Rusty Robots, and now we get to see what all the fans want, a round 3.
Absolutely. You said it right there. And look at the scores here. I mean, Talk about a stark turnaround, 15-11, and again, minding you with a score for a lot of that round, 2/3 of it. I mean, it was 10-11-3, something of that sort, in favor of Havoc Nightmares to start, and then that big outburst at the end. So this has been a gigantic run the last essentially 18 minutes or so, or sorry, 13 minutes or so of action, extending back to the first round as well for Rusty. They have lit it up.
They have. And just a reminder to the fans If you can open a second channel, VRML 1 is about to go live again.
Yes, it
And
is.
they have a master tier matchup with Kang versus Zen. So that'll be a great one. And then immediately following this game on 2, we will have Corrosion against Lightbulb. But
Yes.
for now, we are super excited about this round 3, winner take all. What do you think, Palidore? What's your prediction?
I'm gonna hold off here because I need to see what happens in the first minute, basically, of action. That's going to be a big determining factor. Need to see a sign of life. Any sign of life coming in from Havoc in this first minute. A score, defensive play, whatever it is, something that they can use to build the bricks, to build the foundation for the rest of this round.
Okay, well, starting off, it's the normal chaos of the neutral joust. And look at that. Goals open. Feels doesn't miss that one. Big time 3 to start the game. Havoc Nightmares starting it off right.
Sometimes all you need. Round reset, clock reset, score reset, 0-0. And then all of a sudden, in the span of 20 seconds, they've now scored 3/4 of their entire round 2 output. They only scored 4 in round 2. They're up to 3 now. They've caused a turnover again. Uncanny. New round, new game. This is going to be an exciting one, I feel, because now momentum seemingly could be shifting.
Yeah, new round, who dis? As
exactly.
that clear, almost good. Antarctic getting stunned out. Techno doing some hard work in the mid. That disc is floating dangerous. Oh, coming in right at the right time. What a defensive play.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, again, this is a sign of life I talked about. They haven't been able to get a score, but they are really keeping it on this side of the field. So they may be getting their second score here in a second. So a passing play to perfection of the execution. More perfect than I executed that cast, but still, they've now exceeded their output in a minute and a half. It took them the entire 10 minutes to score 4, and now it's like a new team. It's crazy.
I mean, you said it. I don't know what kind of rousing speech happened in between rounds, but
there you go.
There's been a lot of energy from Havoc Nightmares. Just like that, they've got the disc again. It is deep in the zone. Flying in, Techno Wubs, sending it in. 7-0. What a start here by Havoc Nightmares.
And Techno Wubs literally flexing on him afterwards. Pumping up, no doubt, the comms with the excitement, and they know they've opened this round how they need it. They've got Rusty Robots needing to refuel, find some more oil again. This is anyone's match, and Rusty Robots now, talking about those timeouts. This is kind of a situation where they may need one soon if they can't score.
Yeah, I mean, there's still 7.5 minutes left, plenty of time, as Beach Flare is in the area, but 4 players coming in. Let's see what they can do. Beach Flare moving out. Oh, defensive stop. What a steal. What a steal. What a clear. Draco Mako.
Oh, man. Now, again, rains. When it rains, it pours. It's like nothing can go quite right for them. Even when the disc was right in front of the goal, just unable to convert. That's going to sail way deep down. The stacks, they are gathering some speed, but it's going to be recovered first by Rusty Robots, looking for a clear and still searching for that first score after scoring, 15 plus points last time around. I mean, they are really struggling to break this.
That they are, although here's an opportunity. That pass is going to be not very helpful. 2 players having to come back. That's allowing the defense to come in. It looks like Draco Mako will be able to tap it out, but right to Beach Flare. Beach Flare sending it in off the side of the shoulder. Feeling it. Backline player, just bounced off the station. This is, a little bit of an opportunity missed there, but back in the hands of Rusty Robots.
Yeah, no, okay, so for Havoc, they need to be careful. Maybe a threat of a score. There it is. No, there it goes. What a save. And the tap clear. That was a gorgeous defensive stand coming in from Havoc. The only thing they need to be careful of are these clears now, because they're starting to turn it over, and that's what cost them dearly in round 1. So execution on defense was phenomenal. Now they need to find some more calm passes and get that pass work in, the teamwork in.
Yeah, the last couple of minutes, it has been a lot of opportunities for Rusty Robots. Just a lot of defensive pressure and a lot of offensive opportunities. Although, that clear, no good, just as you mentioned, Palidore. And that brings it back in the hands of Robots, although Draco Mako is there, although Vanquish is there. So it's an excellent backline play, and both teams kind of duking it out in the mid.
But that's 4 or 5 times now that in the last minute that they have lost the disc. Make it 6 then. They've lost the disc off a clear. Every one of these clears in the last minute. Their defense is amazing, but they are not getting the clears. So either faster stacks and just calmer throws, or find some passes, because this is looking like round 1 a little bit. Although if they can score here, they'll certainly be feeling good. And my goodness, I didn't think he could, but feels, well, feeling good. That was a 1-on-3 there, Doc.
Feels using the nest, using the shield, using the top of the shield, bottom of the shield.
1-on-4, never mind. Jeez.
That was nice.
I couldn't count looking at the replay. That was just a straight 1-on-4. 3 people collapsing on Fields and 1 in the goal. Ridiculous.
So Rusty Robots needs a score here with an opportunity. Beast Player. Oh no! Draco Mako, what a steal!
This is such a strange but entertaining game. The amount of swings we've seen, one direction and the other, as another shot just dinging off the post this time. They're gonna still be held to 0 points 4 minutes in. 5 minutes in. This is kind of mirroring what we saw last round. It took like 5 minutes or so to get the first score as well from Havoc, from what I recall. So they've switched personalities on us as they switch up to the shoulder to the goal. They're up by double digits. Techno-Wubs.
Wow. I mean, really unfortunate in this round for Rusty Robots. They've had some opportunities, although I say unfortunate. I mean, it's been incredible defense by Havoc Nightmares in the bubble and in the mid, even when they've made mistakes and given up opportunities, especially Techno-Wubs and Draco Mako, although Feels and Toki have also been huge contributors. Everybody on the stops, and that's what has been put up that big egg. Oh, just like that. Oh, no. Beach Player gets it right back, though. I thought it was going to be another case of a stopped slam, but Beach Player able to pick it back up. Rusty Robots on the board, 3.5 minutes left, down 9. That's only 3 scores, although it would need to be 3 threes. So it's definitely possible to still make a comeback here.
Certainly is. So this control, I'm just going to keep emphasizing it like I have been. Really need to prioritize the passes and just not getting those midfield turnovers. That is what they need to do. Now, they didn't get the score, but I like that at the very least. It wasn't random. So if they can control this, even stall this a little bit, they're going to be in great position in round 3.
Absolutely. Toki to Draco. Draco from below. Vanquish. Not able to slay that Nightmare. And it's Havoc up on top, 13-2.
And it will continue. So I love that. They missed the first opportunity off some good passing plays, but they got it back in the midfield. And they just gradually worked it right back up to the front line with some passes. And they got the goal to go. Keep doing that. They have a couple minutes left, and certainly in panic mode now, in hurried mode, are the Rusty Robots here, knowing they've got to score a pretty quick succession.
Backline player Vanquish picks it up, tries to deliver it down low, does connect with the teammate Antarctics. Antarctics can't connect with Beach Flare, though. And it'll be in the hands of Toki, although right back to Vanquish. So there's another clear that may not be in the favor of the Havoc Nightmares. That clear does take a favorable bounce. It's going to be an opportunity here for Draco. Can they read it? No, it's a bit of a funny bounce. Although coming in with authority. Feels? No. Feels? Yes! What a rebound. What a flick in. And that will just about do it, Palidore. 13 points ahead with only a minute and a half left.
Living in the field of dreams, it seems, because what a swing from the first round. Then they ate how many goals in a row? I mean, couldn't score in the second round. And then the third round, somebody lit a fire underneath their behinds because they've been ahead and they have never looked back in round 3.
Yeah, Rusty Robot still fighting. Selkoid with an open opportunity. Oh, and that's been emblematic. Selkoid, but only gets the 2. Probably a moot point at this point, but that's kind of a microcosm of the game. Some opportunities that Rusty Robots have had and just left some points on the board.
Which, on that note, I'll give you a quick look at the stats here on this screen, because we do have that Light Bulb versus Corrosion match coming up directly after this, so we're not going to hang too long as this clock expires. That match in the Diamond Division, and allegedly, unless I'm being trolled, which is very possible too, but allegedly, it was casted match redemption. Corrosion's last week. I've been told they may be breaking up after this, and even if they're not, it's still going to be a stellar game, so I'm excited for multiple reasons, whether it's history or just for a great high-level match.
Yeah, you never know if you're getting trolled.
I would assume
on Twitch these days. It's part of that's part of the fun. But just like that, time winding down. Havoc Nightmares win round 1, win round 3, win the match. Beautiful comeback, convincing statement win, 17-4 in round 3.
Yeah, very, very well done. And unbelievable tenacity and just mental fortitude to be able to basically reverse what happened in round 2. 18-4 in round 2 against them for Havoc, and now 17-4 the opposite way. They really turned that into something else in terms of staying strong and being able to come back. Lovely job with that. There's your stats. I'll leave it there for just a second, but we are going to get directly into our Light Bulb versus Corrosion game now, so stay tuned. In the next minute or so, we'll be back. All right, hello everybody. You don't have to wait too long because the match is ongoing, as you might see. So, hopping right into the thick of things here. Suffice to say, Corrosion, they're looking pretty good so far. They got themselves 14 uncontested points in this first round, although maybe the caster's curse is the caster's join. There's the first score coming in this first round from Light Bulb, from Baby True.
Yeah, nice shot from below. Don't quite know. Your neighborhood furry definitely enjoy that Kangs game. Although if you're watching on your browser, you can't have two open at the same time. I'm just saying that's my favorite way to watch VRML. Watching it multiple times at a time. Avoiding that one. Beautiful tap through to time, just in time, but the goalie getting back in time, and now it is time. Sending it in the fourth dimension. You can't stop that one. They're up 16-3.
And there were some stees being put on there from the Corrosion side, and as mentioned, potentially their last matches together this week as a roster. So if nothing else, the body language kind of reflecting perhaps they are feeling loose. Even on the other end of their joust, they had some stiff arm action going on. So they are definitely feeling loose, if nothing else, and why not? Because they do have a sturdy lead in this first round as it comes to a close here.
Oh wow! W Taco rather, trying to juke Brainbot, but Brainbot reading it all. Oh, Brainbot coming through, punking two different players for Corrosion. Amazing defensive work by the big brain.
Yeah, absolutely. First round in the books off of that, 16-3. So we just got here for the last couple minutes of it. But we'll see. I'm not going to rule out anything yet. This is a strong win, but after what we just saw between Rusty Robots and Havoc Nightmares, I am not one to assume anything, Doc.
Oh no. Especially, definitely don't want to jinx them. But Corrosion did have 2 rounds in the challenge, or in the qualifying cup, where they won the first round and then ended up losing the match. That can happen to anyone, especially at the level of play that we're talking about. But definitely Corrosion should be on their toes for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't really know what the plans are for their roster in this team, but I would fully expect them all, if they're wanting to, they're going to end up on some very solid rosters somewhere, no doubt in Diamond or Master potentially. So, a team to watch out for sure. In the Twitch chat, welcome to Jacob Jr. as well, Shorty, and Soggy Budding Snags. Glad you like the overlay, and I'm sorry it's out of place. How
What
do you
place
mean?
are you in?
How do you mean? But anyways, round 2, starting off here now.
All right. Round 2 coming in, and Corrosion, known, especially Avoid and Time, very fast stack, flying in. It looks like, though, Zen and Brainbot a little bit faster. Brainbot regrabbing off W Taco. This absolute zero angle turnaround shot. It goes into the hands of Zen, and they will reset.
Yeah, not a bad move there. So just starting off the round with a nice breathable play, as you see the offense not really in any rush for Lightbulb, knowing that they ate a lot of goals in round 1 to the tune of 16 points. So in this kind of case, I agree with this method. Scores are currently 0-0. You got to reset, force the pace, make them, slow it down and lose some of that heat that they were building.
Totally. And Duck Nub. Beautiful. And in addition to everything that you mentioned, Palidore, just possessing the disc and imposing your will slowly on the other team can definitely increase a lot of confidence. And that's what Lightbulb did there. They're up 2-0.
Absolutely. Just setting the tone to start off a new round and making them feel a little bit uncomfortable. So I like that quite a bit here. We'll see how Corrosion opts to react. Well, they react with a turnover, unfortunately, forced upon them by Lightbulb, who now have a drive. Perhaps a one-on-one. No, the defensive stack coming in quickly, trying to dump it off, but some nice redirects from Corrosion stack to secure the disc for at least a moment before a clear.
Yeah, the stack, though, from Lightbulb, just a little bit faster. Really nice teamwork together, baby. True. Brainbot trying to connect. They do. They're going to dribble. They're going to send it over to the left side. Can they make the read? A little bit off, and that'll give W Taco just enough of room to send it out.
There's a midfielder there. It was Zamba being stunned out. So again, a recovery. It's Jay with the jumper, but jumping for the rebound and going down under. Shout out to the Aussie boys, and that will be a goal going in now for Corrosion to tie.
Nice work. 2 minutes plus, I guess. For Corrosion to score in this round. Not like them. Definitely a high-scoring, high-octane type of team. Won round 1 convincingly, and look at that, they get on their defensive stack and they're immediately pressuring Avoid and Jay Franzel, but Ducknub able to get enough on it to get a couple of stuns out and clear. That was a big time play, and the control has reversed now in the hands of Lightbulb.
And good string along of back passes there to once again slow it down, although as I say that, the pass, just kind of an unforced error there, the defense in the area, but will still be a turnover once again. That's a bouncer directly, past the hands of Zen, could have led to an open goal. Recovery by Franzel, and a clear pass rather towards the trap. So neither team now able to secure for all too long and find those goals. We're stuck at 2 points as we wind down these first few minutes of the round. And another take back by Duck, so kind of a stalemate both ends here.
Beautiful clear, though. And yeah, not a very high-scoring game, not what you would expect from both of these teams. But the defensive pressure has also been very good, so credit to that. Jay Franzel with the pick. That would have been 2 points. W Taco coming in under pressure, though. Just like that. Brainbot now with the tap out.
Also, what's up to Jacob Jr. in there saying, yeah, I'm announcing. Well, I'm a big fan of you. Thanks for joining us here. I'm Palidore and DocEducation with me, the great doctor of all the educated things. We're glad that you joined us here on Channel 2. You got your options, and the fact that you're here, well, it means a lot. Thanks for watching, and right now we're just trying to watch when the stalemate breaks, because I believe we've been here for a few minutes just about. 6-minute mark.
Yeah, 6 minutes and only 2, so 4 minutes of play, only 2 scores. Looking to add to it. Oh, Jay Franzel. Zen maybe got a hand on it. but you can't stop that one. Franzel with the twirly bird slam, and Corrosion is now up by 2.
Also, what's up, Two Glass? Got any great? I'm never gonna stop that. Like, your Nexus now, right? Never gonna stop the grape thing though. You started it. I can't stop. Round 1 was kind of a blowout though. We actually joined late. They decided to start early as a shot goes in, quite on time. Nice one from Zen. But yeah, round 1 was something like 16-3 or something like that. Yeah, it was 16-3 favoring Corrosion. So definitely a drastically different personality to round 2.
Yeah, tie game and very low scoring game at that, 4-4. 5 minutes in, that's halfway through time. Tries to make a pass to the teammate. Oh, just barely connects. Jay Franzel,
hey.
Open goal, round peg in the square hole. That's a big time 3, and back on top, Corrosion.
Not too shabby. That was a beautiful hit there coming in from Franzel and putting in the waves afterwards, the celebrations, and always love to see that physical action reaction there for the players in this sport. And yeah, I mean, maybe the pace is starting to pick up now because it was locked at 2-2 for the first 4 to 5 minutes, but now a few more points on the board since then.
Yeah, and I think the fast pace is definitely favoring Corrosion. They're moving very quickly. Time, taking the time, bouncing the way into the forward section off the backside. And this is 7 unanswered points for Corrosion. Their defensive pressure is definitely stacking, and their pressure in the bubble is also increasing.
So maybe it's true. They need to, I mean, there's that high pressure defensive launch coming out. They need to find a goal here just to stabilize. They just might, but getting cut off by Taco. Nicely done. A bit of a risky pass, but it will get the time just as the defensive player was coming out of the stun. And a long heave deep into that bubble will bounce. Might have even had a chance, but they still will yet as they bring it again back to front. And they are beside themselves with a 11-4 lead. So, Caster's curse again, Doc, I suppose, because as soon as we started talking about it again, well, now it's looking like round 1 a bit.
Yeah, Corrosion found an extra gear. They've got just a lot of pressure right now. Lightbulb having trouble on their offensive joust. Jay Franzel and Avoid, that front stack, are just really moving well together, adding a lot of pressure. Although the back stack there, jumping into the lane, Brainbot tapping it through, Zen, open goal. But just like that, the stack is back. So great defensive pressure and also great recovery by Corrosion.
Absolutely, but I like this push up the floor coming in as well from Lightbulb. Executing wonderfully so far. They've yet to miss a pass, but they will get it knocked loose thanks to the defense coming in from Avoid. Now a potential time to capitalize. They'll throw it down, and with a goal wide, it's Taco throwing it home. 13 points now.
Yeah, nice work there. Unfortunate for Lightbulb. They had a player on the left side pillar in their attacking zone. Forgot who it was. No need to name names, but somebody lost the handle, I think, and that's what started that round. So could have been 11-6. Instead, it's 13-4, and now a pretty big hole to dig out of. Although, just like that, Duck Nub with an opportunity couldn't quite capitalize.
Now, this is a Lightbulb team, mind you, who really popped off and showed up on stream. Now, I know they did not achieve their Master Division wishes, but they really, really impress in a high-pressure situation against some higher-ranked teams, as that's a ranked goal coming in to make it 16. But at the moment, you know, the first stream of the actual season here, and they just have not been able to find that momentum. This round started off lower scoring, but kind of a runaway train now. And yeah, both these teams just kind of feeling some of the burn maybe from those qualifying cups. And at the moment, though, Corrosion kind of catching all kinds of fire. Regardless if they're going to stay a team or not, they got to feel pretty good about how it's going for them.
They're looking really good. Baby True. Oh, Duck Nub can't quite connect on that pass. It's in the trap area. Avoid picking it up. 1 minute, 12 seconds left. Time is closing down. Zen with the open opportunity. A little bit high. Zen picking it back up. Brainbot on the front side. Zen on the backside. Sends it in. Down 10. I don't know if they can recover from this one, but at least they're getting a little bit of positive momentum from
Yeah.
the end of this season.
Oh yeah, that's always going to count for something for sure. So, uh, time not quite there, but either or, light bulbs still, they know they have a long season ahead, and based on what we did see over this last weekend in the Master Tier qualifiers, just a small bump in the road, no doubt. This is a team who thoroughly impressed last season. Towards the end of the last season, they were kind of one of my dark horse teams. I was watching that final cycle because they were putting on some pretty impressive showings on stream. They did it again to start Season 5, at least in the qualifiers. Not going their way this time, but again, round to round, match to match, I mean, they're not all going to go your way. The beauty of a lengthy season is the fact that, this only stings until your next match, and it's a new opportunity to shine.
Yeah, it's a long season. We've got 3 cycles, I believe, 12 weeks plus qualifiers, cups, and such. A couple of break weeks in there for the people who are not in the qualifiers cup. So tons of time, and it really brings in the importance of the mental game week after week. A team like Lightbulb, definitely a lot to fight for, definitely a lot to be proud of. Even though they have lost this one, they came close in that master qualifier, and they look good definitely at during long stretches of this match. So a lot to fight for, and you go back, you look at the tape, and you recognize, hey, look, this is week 1. We still got a long way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. For Corrosion, they still have at least one more match here this week, I do believe, and like I said, wherever they end up, whether they do stay as a team, they keep going forward, or whether they split off into new rosters, I have zero doubts that we're going to see a lot of success from them. I mean, this team, by its namesake, and a lot of those players, some of the most dangerous up-and-comers in the game that exist in Echo Arena today, I think. They're the type of players that I am pretty assured that they're going to be, you're going to be finding them populating that master division coming into future seasons. If not this season is the main thing, because they've been close several times here, just across the last season or two. So, always entertaining for sure, Doc.
Yeah, that was a very entertaining game. As the score is a little scuffed there for you. Ignite, I think, just ran a new update for us, and so we're getting everything integrated. No worries. Also, just want to shout out. It looks like Zen did beat Kangarillas in 2 rounds on Channel 1. So that game maybe a little bit of a surprise for some folks. Although it looks like from the connoisseur votes, 66-12 in favor of Zen. So quite a few of you picked that one out. But plenty more games coming in. We've got the eyeball floaters against Sonic Echo in just a couple of minutes on VRML 1. And then I can see that looks like Palidore just picked up There Is No Team against the Echoholics coming up here at 6:45 Pacific. That's about
15 minutes.
About 15 minutes from now.
Or and then 15, 20, close enough.
Yeah. And then Geodudes against Yerma at the top of the hour on VRML 1. And who knows, there's still some coming in. So exciting evening if you're a VRML fan.
Absolutely. In the chat question, Soggy Fresh Cut. Not fresh. Or are you talking to Doc? I got mine cut like right before Redshift LAN a couple weeks ago, so it's not quite Doc quality, where his is always like right on point, quite literally on point. But fresh-ish. It'll be fresher in like another week, because then I'll be going to Tyro LAN, and I think Doc as well will be going to Tyro LAN. So we'll both be rocking some fresh cuts at the next one in a couple weeks. That'll be fun.
I will certainly come with a fresh cut and on point.
Thank you. Wouldn't expect anything less. It'll be glorious, right, Lemon? And Play Enjoy asking where iShiny is these days. To my knowledge, still competing in, I believe, Apex. He has been on so many different esports teams now, it's hard to keep up. I want to say he's still on Fnatic, but I don't know. Let me check, because I'm curious now. You know what I like? What I love, actually. Sorry, he's on, let's see. Complexity, that's right. Complexity is what he's on right now, but currently Apex Legends Pro. What I still like about iShiny is that his Twitter profile despite all his achievements in esports and stuff, he still has Echo Arena World Champion at the end of it. So, pretty cool stuff. But, all right, so Doc, any final words here, or I'll kind of wind down this stream and come back in another 10 minutes or so for our final one.
Yeah, nothing to say except what an evening. I've got to go for the evening, but your man Palidore will be carrying you through. Hope everyone out there is having a very fantastic Wednesday, and yeah, we'll see you soon.
All right, well, you heard it there. I've been Palidore, that's been DocEducation, and you guys have been a great Twitch chat. So be happy, be healthy, be safe, and be great to each other. And if you wish, join me again here in about 15 minutes, or otherwise, I'll see you again real soon. VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Border Foods, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, and VRware.net.